This is kind of a crazy but true story. A few years ago, I don't know what administration it was. It might have been the Bush administration, might have been Obama. They tried to develop a gay bomb. Like they spent millions of dollars developing a bomb, and the concept behind this bomb was you would detonate it over a city, and it would be like a bunch of probably pheromones and hormones and some kind of drug.
You've got to be wondering what in the world Dell is doing today, Monday, September 6th, 2025, starting with a clip like that. How in the world does that tie into Bitcoin? I promise you it does. Let me work my magic. But before we get into all of that, please remember this is where you come for entertainment. I mean, are you not entertained? And education, but not financial advice. You got to go elsewhere for the financial advice. We are just about a month away. As of this, we're just a month and a week, just 5 weeks away from the Mining Disrupt Expo happening in Texas, November 11th through the 13th. It is going to be a big one. I've got some news here. Let's just get right into the numbers so we can talk about what is happening. Do you remember about a week ago, last time I did one of these news searches, and that price was around the $110,000, $111-ish thousand dollars, $122,000 right now, $122,000. We are in October, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly. The mempool keeps on filling up. It goes over 100,000 transactions. We're at 120,000 transactions, but then it drops all the way back down to like the low 10,000 range. Things are chugging along amazingly well. And why is that happening? Well, look at the hash rate. It's over a zeta hash. We're at 1,062 exahash right now. Things are cruising along. Yes, the average block times are coming in a little bit slow, but all in all, things are looking phenomenal. Priority fees, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more. You're still in the single digits if you want to get those transactions in right away. Anytime is only 2 sats per VByte. This is about as healthy as I can imagine Bitcoin being. Things are looking phenomenal. Now, what does that clip have to do with Bitcoin at all? I have heard people talk about time is money and money is time. Well, one of those phrases is correct and one of them is not correct. You're wondering, well, hang on, money is time is money. That's the same thing, right? No, it's not. This is like saying a Porsche is a car. That's accurate. So far, so good. And then you were to say, and all cars are Porsches. No, they are not. Money is time, but time is not money. Not strictly. It can be. Here's what I mean by this. When you have time, let's just use my camera cap right here. Just imagine this is time. Do I have a watch? I don't have a watch. So imagine this is a clock. This is time. You have some of this. You have the exact same amount of time in a day as Elon Musk, as Jeff Bezos, as the homeless guy sleeping in the gutter and shooting up fentanyl. You have all of you individuals have the exact same 24 hours in a day to do whatever it is that you want to do with. And you transform that time through the alchemical process of being a human into something else. Maybe you transform it into making couches for people. I don't know. Maybe you make shoes. Maybe you change tires. Maybe you build rockets. Maybe you code. Maybe you program. Maybe you go on long walks. I don't know what you do, but what you do is a transformational process of taking your time and the energy to do the things, the walking, the couches, the changing the tires, whatever it is you do, into those things. But those things are not then time. Many people trade their time and energy for money, for a currency. Usually it's the local currency. For me, it's USD. If you're a Bitcoiner, this is not news to you. You know this. You know what I'm saying here. But what is extremely important to understand here is that some people, and this is weaving it back to the start here. Here's how see how I did this? Some people spend their time to make gay bombs. That's a thing you can do with your time. I'm here making content for you. I write. I'm working on different projects. I am using my time and energy to do different things. Some of that time and energy is used to transform, as I already went over, into USD, which I then can trade for other things that people have turned their time and energy into. See what I'm saying here? These things, this cup of coffee, this mouse that I've got here, this phone that I've got here, this jar of water, these are not time, but time has become them. Is this making sense? Oftentimes we get hung up on time because we think in a short time frame. Even though we are Bitcoiners, we still have some high time preferences. We want our lives to change right now. I mean, let's be honest. Do you want to stay in the whatever, let's assume you have somewhat of a humdrum kind of life, or would you rather be on a beach, on the Riviera, or smoking some fine cigars in your own home somewhere? That sounds pretty nice. And so we get antsy, we get impatient, and we want Bitcoin to do crazy things. And then when it does crazy things, we go, whoa, maybe that's a little too crazy. So I am, for one, thankful that things are going a little bit slow, but they might not be going slow for very long. Things might be speeding up very fast. Here is Billy Brambo from Forbes saying, it's happening so fast. Crypto floodgates opening, predicted to send Bitcoin price to $1 million. And right here is that they've got the lead right there. Now, as traders brace for a 2026 Bitcoin price earthquake, U.S. President Donald Trump's son, Eric, who is invested in the American Bitcoin mining company, if you didn't know that, expects the price to go to $1 million as crypto replaces the established financial industry. This is something that Jack Mallers is talking about week after week after week. We are seeing the monetary regime, the current system, break before our eyes. This right here is one of my favorite charts. It's from the Rational Root, that funky carrot. And it's the circular chart. And look at where we're at right now. We are in this quadrant on the right-hand side of the screen, Q4. This is where things get crazy. Historically, this has been the craziest time in Bitcoin ever. And we have so many headwinds, things like the president. We have a pro-crypto, a pro-Bitcoin administration. We have the president's son, deeply invested in Bitcoin mining. This is why I have said week after week after week, you have got to get yourself to the Mining Disrupt Expo happening November 11th through the 13th. Why? Because there are so many things coming, and if you have the president's son in Bitcoin mining, wouldn't it make sense to talk to Bitcoin miners about what is coming down the pipeline? They are going to be the ones, because they're on the ground floor, that see these things happening before anybody else. Things are changing so fast. I would not be surprised if we saw that price at 123. We might see an all-time high by the end of today, my recording this on Friday. By the time you're watching this on Monday, I wouldn't be surprised if we're into the 130s. Then again, we might be back down to 115 or 110. Who knows? We might be under 100,000. That would be really surprising, extremely surprising to me though, because we are smack dab in the middle of October. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we have some really crazy times in the Bitcoin price world ahead of us. I'll see you in Dallas, Texas in the middle of November, and I'll see you right here next week.